doing all the steering components and whatnot. Look what we found. We found a nice little rust hole. So I'm gonna take the time and actually put a patch in here. So I got my grinder with a wire wheel, and we're gonna clean this all up. We're just gonna put a patch right here. We're just gonna weld it in and paint over it, and that way, so that's taken care of. But for right now, I gotta go inside and show you what I'm gonna do. All right, let's go in here. So we're putting in a stock, pedal assembly, and that's where the clutch goes. So we're gonna go ahead and mark this because I gotta peel this back to do the welding, and hopefully not like, oh, that's a humdinger in it. Yeah, hang on. So I don't know if you're gonna be able to see that or not while I do it. I'll lay the phone in here somehow, I guess. My pedal will work. That'll work like that, yeah. There we go. So that's close enough. That's close enough where the factory one went in. Like there. There. Just like in that rust spot. We're gonna come here and you're probably gonna see some daylight once I peel this back a bit. Because I could feel it. Yeah, I could feel it right over here. I'm gonna have to put something. Is there something holding that? I don't know. It's probably glue or goo or something. It's just factories. Yeah, there's a fucking yeah, there's a little thing there. This little like thing that keeps his mat up. It's in there, and it's gonna. I don't know if it's gonna. I'm gonna rip it or try not to rip this stuff. The pain in the dick, and see where our. Yeah, so it's right there. There's our cancer that we got coming in. Yeah, I feel a little bit of dampness. I wonder if I can put anything back here to really protect it from when I start welding on it. How is that? Yes. Yeah, it's got some cancer. It's not too awfully bad. You know, and it could be a lot worse. I'm telling you. Something I've seen some pretty freaking horrific things. I think this is someone had a stereo in here. And they fucking just wired this thing all goofy and shit. Now I'm making you dizzy. I think. Now the thing is, I got. There we go. Oh, I dropped you. That's terrible. Dropping you like that made you all freaking dizzy. That's coming right out from underneath there, isn't it? Yeah, some kind of weird speaker shit. Anyway, so there's the cancer. These things, they rust in these areas. They just do. Like here, so I'm gonna have to. I don't know. I wonder how bad that is. It's just bad. Is that goo? Is that goo? That's goo. Yeah, that's a sealer. That's a fucking sealer, is what that is. Good, the sealer's off. That isn't too bad. Right here. So I think if I cut a nice oval shape around from here to here, and probably put a piece of freaking metal behind here to freaking protect this from catching on fire, and we'll be okay. Because I want to patch that up first before I do the rest of the steering stuff. Just because I got some 18 gauge will work on it. Should be good. Right guys? Ah, there we are. Yep, there. Beautimus. And I got some rust converter, which is good. Now hit it with some rust converter on this side. I think we'll just fucking hit it. I'll get a wire brush. We'll wire brush it, rust converter it. Fucking get to it. I might end up gutting this entire interior. Like, I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep the carpet. Yeah, I think I can keep the carpet. I mean, it's rough. It's gonna be a fucking toy. So now I'm putting a cage in it and seats and whatnot. But yeah, let me go get the rust converter and we'll hit it with some rust converter on the back side. And then I got the wire wheel for the angle grinder, and we'll grind the shit out of it, and we'll get that patched up real quick. Yes, this is a front yard build. See, my garage is basically a large tool shed, and that's all it is. So, yeah, we got this. We're gonna make it happen. Most of this looks all right. There's a little bit of rust there. The rest of it's fucking seems fine. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, most of it's not too bad. I'm not sure if the other side's as bad, but I started like when I took the air conditioning and shit unit out of here, I had axe to this. I actually used some rust converter and some paint and then a little bit of epoxy in this area, so it may not be as bad. I mean, you can see the little one that's going on here, so I think maybe I saved it when I did that, and we'll find out. And this is the passenger side. And then I'll might as well show you where that other cancer spot is. It's right up under here. Let's see here. That freaking thing. There it is. Left kick panel. Well, we'll get that sorted out. If you can see it. I don't know if you can see it or not. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff in here that needs to be dealt with. It's not too bad. I mean, the general underside of the car actually looks good. Except for those spots. They just accumulate water there. It's just bad. The only bad thing about it. See, the rest of the car's not too bad. It's mostly surface rust. And that's fixable, like, you know? Like I said, I didn't drive it in the winter much here in New Jersey, so I didn't get too much salt underneath it. It used to be a Florida car. That's where I lived when I got it. So, yep. Alright, so that's an update. We'll get back to you. Now I'll try to, keep it real. We're back and cleaning it up. So it's basically just this area right here. Here, a little bit there. I think I can just weld in a spot, you know? So I think we're just gonna do this area right here, all the way around here. We're just gonna make a patch panel. Just weld it up. You know, here, weld it straight across here, maybe make a little lip here, you know. So we're gonna make an outline with some card stock. I have some card stock, and we're gonna see if we can get these lines in and shit like that. So, all right, let's I'll be right back. Let me get some card stock, see if I can set up the camera so you can see what I'm doing. Yeah, this thing, it's gonna be hard to set up. All right, be right back. There we go, we got it cut out, so it's pretty close. We'll make it a little bit bigger when we do our cutout on the 18 gauge steel, and then we'll weld it right in. Yeah. So, yep. I've already cut that piece out, and here we go. I already cut that piece out, and I'm starting to, you know, booger weld it in. You know, I'm using this flux core welder from Chicago Electric, this Harbor Freight thing. I mean, sometimes the welds come out all right, and sometimes I know it feels like the wire gets stuck. Like it doesn't. If it would, you know, sometimes a wire flows out consistently. When it does, you get a little bit better weld like this. You know, so. But you know, I did a bunch of little tack welds around just to hold it in, and now I'm starting to do a little bit longer welds. I'm gonna let it cool down right now, and then I'll clean it back up with a wire wheel. I've been using my drill here with the wire wheel to clean it back up, and then after I get everything welded in, I'll look in the back, see how the welds are taking. See, I went and did a 5 pattern and a single over here for help tying that in. And then I have some, I have self-etching primer, and then I have the Rust-Oleum stuff, the rust converter. I'm going to use the rust converter on it. So I'll do that in the back again. And here, once I get everything welded in, probably just weld that in real good. A little bit of rot there, and what I'll do is I'll just hit it real good with the rust converter. And then they got some sealer. I guess I gotta probably buy some sealer so I can do some sealing on the seams again. But yeah, that had to be taken care of first before I got the suspension parts. I want to do suspension suspension and steering parts today, but might not get to it. But that's where I'm at right now. Well, I might have to turn this up a little to the max. Yeah, so you got minimum, max, probably with a little bit heftier feed. Might smooth that out a little bit better for me. But yeah, that's where she is right now. It's not exact, but that's not what matters. What matters is it's going to go back in, and it reclaims the structure, and then we'll paint it and call it good, and then we'll get back onto this stuff, the steering components and whatnot. Nope, there goes a wrench. But yeah. Alright, I'll holler back at you when I get further down the road. That hole patched up, and I had one here, and I just put a freaking thing over the top of it. It was just freaking, there's a bunch of goop like this in that corner, and it just kept on setting on fire, and I'm like, fuck it. I put patch on it, and that's that. Anywho. But yeah, that'll fucking do it. Now we're back to solid. That's right. Nice. Now I got some, well, I could do that, that Rust-Oleum that turns, rust to primer on it, or I could just use self-etching primer. I'll use a self-etching primer, I think is what I'll do. That's what I got, so I think I'll use it. Yeah, so no suspension parts, no steering parts. That had to take care of first. We got that taken care of. So this is not going to be a show car. This is going to be a fun car. Yeah, I'm not too worried about that. Fuck, I'm the only one that's freaking other than you guys that are watching is going to know that's even there. But yep, that'll do her. Solid again. Looks good. I'm gonna put some primer on it. Yeah.